So my homie Ilson 72, also known as DJ Mark Ella Vincent, he told me the trick I needed to do in order to chop on the one when the sample's inside the sample edit screen. After I tap the regions, hit shift and convert, so that way I'm able to transfer it over. Then it's gonna make a program. But that's the difference between the MPC ONE and the MPC 2000 XL. On the MPC ONE, you gotta have a program for your samples and a program for your actual drums. Then on the bottom of the screen, you gotta switch over to your program for your sample for the first, for your sequence for the actual samples. Then put your drums on each track at like 2 on up, to how many drums you put inside the actual sequence and actual beat, that is, So on the MPC 2000 XL, everything's in the same program. There's not no shifting back and forth between programs. That's one thing about 2000 XL. Everything's just there. Once you chop it in, it's there. You can have your samples on mic 8, and you can put your drums on mic B, but it's all in the same program. It's not in different programs. But on this one, your sample is one program, and your actual drums are in the next program. And after you put your sample on the first track, then you put your drums on each individual track after. So that's just my explanation of the difference between both machines, So first beat that actual chop any samples like this, actual individual pieces and regions. All the beats I had before, I made beats just like with different notes and chords, that kind of thing, and I might have sampled something in on one of the beats I got in my stash that I did for my software, but it was more like a loop. I got that on one of my other drives. But here's the actual beat that I came out with, though. Got my headphones right here, so it's gonna be banging and booming right there by close proximity, close range.